Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your host of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
From C13 Features, a new kind of listening experience.
He's back!
Help me!
Get out of there.
It's here.
No, don't let them in.
You can experience Treat, a podcast movie starring Kiernan Shipka, for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show.
I mean, obviously, Los Angeles, California is quite a place, and great place to kind of take your mind away from hockey. But at the end of the day, I'm a hockey player, and I loved everything about it. No complaints. I just wasn't playing, so it was kind of nice for both parties just to part ways, and I couldn't be more excited to have the opportunity here.
And you knew a little bit about this place between Rochester and Belleville and with Ottawa, right?
Yeah, playing here against obviously both systems, and I was actually here I think for Pominville's 1,000th game, so I got to see Buffalo to their fullest, I guess, for lack of a better expression, and it was just cool. You know that it's a hockey town, you know that it's a sports town, and I was fired up to come here.
You had, you turned pro and looked like you had a lot of success in the AHL, and you were doing well in your stints in the with Ottawa. But just how, with the shoulder surgery and moving teams and the pandemic, how hard has it been just to kind of establish yourself?
Yeah, I think you described it perfectly. Have a successful rookie year, and all the success in the world going forward, and then all of a sudden shoulder surgery at the start of my second year, and then COVID happened. So you're 2 years without playing a game, and then you go into last year, no fans. Just it was kind of like a perfect storm in a negative way. But the one thing I tried to do, and I still feel that I've never lost faith, I've never lost hope in the dream staying alive. And again, when I found out I was coming to Buffalo, it's a team I think that I fit well with, a bunch of guys that want to earn it every day, want to win, want to turn things around for the city, and I really want to be a part of it.
What kind of player are you? What kind of player could fans expect to see on the ice from you?
What kind of player am I? I mean, my rookie year, really good. And then, no, I'm kidding. I think that I can move the puck. I think that I facilitate. I think that I make plays. I think early in my career, maybe defensively, I've struggled a little bit, but I really think I've cleaned up there. And that comes just with adversity. After not playing, after sitting for a while, you kind of think, you start to look in the mirror, you're like, what do I need to work on in order to be established? And I think all the little areas that I might have struggled with early on are tightening up. And then offensively, I like to think that I can contribute and get up in the play, but we'll see as time goes.
Who you know in that locker room when you know?
In this locker room, I played with Drake Kajula at North Dakota. Andy, obviously, I was in front of him for my entire time in Ottawa, and then played with Tomer at the World Championships this past summer. So it was a nice locker room to come into, and then on top of that, just everybody was very welcoming, and obviously it's early in the season, so everybody's fairly new, but it was a nice, easy day today.
I assume you don't remember your father's career, but what kind of influence has he been, just having a father that played for 13 years in the NHL?
Yeah, well, I the Ottawa media knows this. Most interviews I mention my parents. They're the reason I'm here. Mom will just get it out of the way in case she hears this. She's the loving one, the supportive one, and then my dad is just everything. We have pretty opposite career paths. He's third overall, 13-year career, and I'm last year of draft eligibility, 4th rounder. That's probably not supposed to make it, right? So, but he's just there for everything, and he keeps me honest. He's not the type of dad that says, "Oh, you're getting screwed. You should be playing this and that." He says, like I said, look in the mirror. What can you do to get better? And at the end of the day, it's the best league in the world, right? So they're going to play whoever's ready and whoever's going to help them win, and that's something that he reminds me every day. So you'll hear me say his name a lot, I'm sure.
Are you mostly a left defenseman, or can you play both sides?
I'd say mostly left, but I'm no idiot. I know that the left side is pretty stacked here. So whatever I can do to help this team win, and whatever I can do to contribute on a nightly basis, I'll adjust to the right if that's necessary.
Did your dad coach you growing up as a kid?
Yeah, just youth hockey, AAA, Little Caesars. He was just kind of, I think, like the last year I remember him coaching, he had to, because we had one coach. He's like, we need someone to push pucks, and he eventually just took over. But yeah, he coached growing up, and then obviously when I made the transition to defense late, I think I was like 20 years old, basically towards the end of juniors. He was right there. He's like, all right, you got some work to do. So we started chipping away at that, and obviously to have him just for phone calls and little pointers is really helpful.
Is it true that you wear his old Nordiques jacket still?
Yeah, that thing rocks. It's actually Bill's colors. I might be able to rock it here.
Why did you transition to defense?
It was so that same team where he ended up coaching. We had one coach. He'd been coaching AAA for 50 years, and we showed up to like first day, and we had like 18 forwards and 2 defensemen. So he looks around the locker room and he's like, "Anybody want to play D?" And we had nobody raise their hands. I'm like, "I'll try it." And that was kind of the start of it. And then in juniors, I was kind of switching back and forth between forward and D. And then eventually, I don't think I was a good enough forward, to be honest. That's probably the simple answer. And just kind of stuck. In college, again, my freshman year, I was forward D. And then officially, after my sophomore year, I probably played D for good.
Were you wing or center?
Whatever. Versatile.
Dr. Dono said that he knew you going back your days at Muskegon. Did you know a lot about him before you were playing on waivers?
Yeah, just like I saw, he got hired at the end of the year last year, correct? So seeing his name again, just he was at the USA program coaching there, and then I played against him and his team at Wisconsin. And just in talking to him this morning, I felt comfortable. He's a guy that's easy to talk to, and I like to think that I do my best to be coachable. So I'm looking forward to just establishing a relationship with him. And again, I think a lot of the guys, even just from talking to them, have a lot of respect for him and are excited about the direction things are going with him.
In the World Championships, that was your most consistent action in 15, 16 months. What kind of opportunity was that for you just to get a groove again?
That was the best. It was just so fun to play hockey and, like you said, play consistently, play meaningful minutes, be a part of a team again. Again, I have zero complaints about LA. I absolutely loved it, from head GM to whatever's at the bottom. But I wasn't playing, right? So it's never fun to go and practice every day and just show up again and practice. Granted, I'm going to the beach after, but it's just a grind, right? So to go out there, be able to play a part of a team, again, similar to this team where it's just a bunch of misfits, right? All the superstars didn't want to go because of the COVID year. So a bunch of guys that just had an opportunity and ran with it, and it was just a blast. I think it was kind of a nice reminder to myself and to those guys that when you get the opportunity, you can run with it.
86 ever be 84?
It was my first number when I first got called up to Ottawa. It's my camp number. Switched to 24 last year. Got a little comfortable. Had to humble myself. Go back to 86. I'm not going to take Cousins' number either, so I can't afford a Rolex or a watch or whatever.
You mentioned obviously your dad's role in all this, but any other mentors along the way from different teams, organizations you've been with that you still rely on?
Yeah, I always try to remind myself and to speak out about the people who got me here, right? So I can remember when I got traded from Green Bay to Muskegon, my first 2 coaches there in Muskegon, they brought my love for the game back. They took their time with me and taught me how to play defense. And then going to North Dakota, same thing. Those coaches took their time. I was a young, kind of cocky kid coming out of juniors, and they allowed me to develop into a man and then into a better defenseman. So you'll hear me say it all the time. Everybody who's got me to this point, obviously I wouldn't be here without them, and I try to just give them credit whenever I get the chance, just because for all of us, we don't get here by ourselves. So no specific names, but I have an appreciation for people who take their time with me.
If you had some extra money right now, what would you spend it on? Would you treat yourself to something now? Or put it towards something special? Treat yourself with the savings you'll get from participating in the People's Gas Energy Efficiency Program. Our rebates help your dollars go further so you can spend more on the things you enjoy. Visit peoplesgasrebates.com/treat and learn how much you can save with the People's Gas Energy Efficiency Program. That's peoplesgasrebates.com/treat.
New this week on Curiosity Stream. In the last 100 years, half the world's monarchies have lost their thrones. Dig deep into real royal stories to see the shocking truth.
It's fair to say that it plunged the royal family into chaos.
And how it's good to be king until it's not on Royals Keeping the Crown. And follow one filmmaker's quest to reveal the poetry in your pint glass on Beer, a Love Story. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are just $20. That's $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com now.
Hey, Bears fans, are you ready for a real cocktail? Zing Zang, Chicago's #1 Bloody Mary mix, now has Bloody Marys with premium vodka already included in a can. This is the perfect Zing Zang Bloody Mary for your game day tailgate or your home bar. Keep the party going with Zing Zang's canned margaritas and bourbon whiskey sours. They have something for everyone. Pick up your Zing Zang canned cocktails today at Jewel, Walmart, or Hy-Vee. Zing Zang, a proud partner of Bears Radio. Please Zing Zang responsibly.